Gentlemen, today we are going to beat Satisfactory. But that is not where this finale ends. See, I let a couple of viewers join my world, and it quickly snowballed into something much bigger than beating the game itself. So big, in fact, that I ended up hosting the world's most brutal Satisfactory competition. The stakes? High. The punishments? Lethal. The reward? But to explain how all this ended up happening, let's back it up to where we left off. In the last episode, we had just barely completed the turbo fuel power plant and hooking up the aluminum. Because Hannah did such a good job with her chain smoke and train, we were able to make the heat sinks, we made the cooling systems, and then we got distracted. Nice. You see, one faithful evening, I had planned to stream. I sat down at my desk and I was ready to fire everything up. But there was an issue. I didn't have my glass of milk.
Preposterous!
Now I was ready to— God, you fucking cat! Milk went everywhere, but more specifically, on my keyboard. Long story short, I happened to be a whopping 10 minutes late to the stream, and I was forced to use my controller. Chat was upset. They demanded recompense, and the only logical decision was to let a select few join the server. This is where everything began to go wrong. At the time, unfortunately, I wasn't actually prepared to be hosting. The new folks joining highlighted a few glaring issues with the factory. For example, they wanted hazmat suits and filters, both of which require fabric, which hadn't been automated. Shit. But as it happens, there's an alternate recipe that turns resin into fabric. And there just so happened to be a fuck ton of resin being sent to its miserable death at the turbo fuel power plant. Oh, what a beautiful world we have built. This is adios. With the fabric taken care of, we let 2 viewers join, and we carried on. Now, without knowing it, one of the viewers that joined was actually French. And to this day, he still has not acknowledged that my French accent is totally on point. Like the video if you think I deserve a sworn statement from this man. As the viewers started to join, or rather, attempted to join, we found ourselves in quite the pickle. Our hub was in our main factory, and although I wouldn't say our factory was anywhere near a quote-unquote megabase, everyone's computer seemed to think otherwise. Now, this may look like a massive problem, but to Hannah, this was an opportunity. As many of you are well aware, Hannah loves building things that look good even if they have no functional purpose. So, moving the hub was actually a great thing to do. And it definitely didn't snowball into something bigger. So, what did the viewers do? Look up. What am I looking at? Oh. They only had about an hour and a half, and in Satisfactory years, that's like, I don't know, like just being born or something. Like, that's barely enough time to make— What in the construction fuck is this? Apparently, one of the people I let join in happened to be a professional Satisfactory player. What did he do? Well, if you remember from the last episode, our nuclear problem never actually got solved. All we did was sweep the nuclear storage bins under the rug and moved on to turbo fuel. Shockingly, some of the viewers didn't like that. And apparently, with the right tools, a single fucking person can set up a completely independent, self-sustaining plutonium processing plant that would handle all of the existing nuclear waste, and then some. I don't know how I fucking did it, but now the map wouldn't explode. Yippee! The other viewer contributed something equally as important. He and a few others made a shrine to the slug god. Thank you, guys. This was good. So good, in fact, that unbeknownst to me, the non-participating viewers developed a nasty case of FOMO. Oh boy. After that stream ended, everyone wanted in. And silly me, I thought, what could go wrong? I mean, as long as nobody's deleting shit, there shouldn't be any issues, right? Right? So for the next stream, I let not 2, but 8 people join the server. I had no clue what they were gonna do, but I just figured they'd run around. But then, something happened in my chat. I was gifted a donation and an idea. Toe Jam, time for a toe doggo. If the viewers donated to the stream, I would need to stop what I was doing, go tame a doggo, and hold them give them a warm, cozy home to live in. This was a terrible, great idea. Oh, Eric donated. Oh, Lotus so I don't know what sec is. I really don't. Oh, Fuzzy. Brazil needs a dog too. Ooh, Shining Soul. Wow. We got an order for 3 doggos. Come here.
Wait, how are you gonna lead them all over here again?
Fuzzy. This one I already have. What, did you get tired? Alright, guys, follow me this way. Okay, get on the platform, boys. Yeah, wait, is that a 5th one? Gentlemen, meet your friends. Alright. So many doggos later, and the stream had finally come to a close. But where were we gonna keep all these doggos? Do you guys remember how Hannah was gifted an amazing opportunity earlier? Well, here it is. The community was vibrant and brimming with excitement. But I'll be honest, the factory was indeed not growing. A cardinal sin in these kind of games, I know, but engaging with the viewers, it was just too much fun. So sadly, I had to put my big boy factory pants on and actually be productive. Hannah and I sat down one Wednesday afternoon, and for 7 hours straight, we did nothing but automate. We increased the power, we made some power shards, automated the supercomputers, adapted the control units, assembled the directories, warped in the ballistic war drives, sculpted the biochemical sculptors. And abbiamo fatto il miglior piatto di sempre, la pasta nucleare. Everything had been accounted for. All we needed to do now was wait. But during those 7 hours, Hannah and I became concerned. You see, automating all the parts was fine and dandy, but now we had a shit ton of hungry viewers that yearned to join the server. And the problem wasn't letting people join. The problem was giving all the players purpose.
What is my purpose?
You build shit for me.
Oh my god.
It wasn't practical to give assignments to each and every one of them whenever they joined in, because we ourselves were basically done with the game. So, after some deliberation and some thorough conversation, we came up with an idea. What if all the players had the same objective? You see, Satisfactory is all about making builds and then optimizing said builds, right? Well, we thought it would be fun to give all the viewers one singular purpose and to make it a competition. 6 teams of 2 would battle each other for who could create the most amount of sync points in a 2-hour time frame. The contestants would be limited to a small room, and they would have to send their products to storage bins on the outside of the room in order for the items to be counted. The reward? My approval. That and the winners would get a guaranteed spot in my next event. There would also be a fan favorite winner that would get a 45-second highlight in my next video, which is this one. But what I'm showing you on the screen right now is the finished product. Keep in mind that none of this had been built yet. It was merely a dream that had yet to come to pass. So the next week came and I increased the total server population to a whopping 20 people. Yeah, it was a little buggy, but each and every one of those people had an objective. You see, for me and Hannah, it was pretty easy to set up the foundations for the rooms, but each one of these rooms needed these 10 resources. Not just that, but they also needed to be able to have tier 6 belts going into each one. This is where I used a wonderful skill by the name of delegation. Okay, so Berg, you are on Caterium. Did everyone follow directions? No, not at all. In fact, I think only a solid 8 of the 20 people actually ended up helping out. And oh shit, I got stuck on the rails. Oh my god, no, not the tractor. The rest were doing things. Beautiful. This literal wall of text is a story about cheese and the moon. Since its creation, I have learned how to read the entire thing in under 2 seconds. You ready? Oh, you don't believe me? That's okay. Let's rewind and slow it down. So the building process for this event went on for about 3 total sessions until finally it was done. I'll be honest with you guys, it felt very nice to be done because, setting up the trains and balancing the belts and making sure all the pipes were it was a lot. So, needless to say, it felt great to be done. But do you know what felt even greater? The day before the main event, Hannah and I logged in to see the progress of our Phase 5 parts, and oh boy, were we happy with what we found. All the parts were made and we were ready to see what all this work had amounted to. Oh, I got it.
I got it.
Nice, we both got it. Hello? Whoa, what is this? Is it gonna be Z? Z? Oh, shotgun. 3, 2, 1, go.
What are you doing?
It was done. The game had finally drawn to a conclusion. All was well in the world. Unfortunately, the same could not be said for the event. Terrible, terrible things were yet to come. But let's slow down a sec and let's talk about what went right first. Luckily, when the day came and the event started, everyone joined and all was well. I had a few rules in place to prevent cheating and to make sure everyone was playing fair. For example, one of the rules was that nobody could have a storage bin in their room because if they did, they could just pull items from the cloud and then they would say it was theirs. No bueno. The other rules were pretty simple, like, no deleting walls, foundations, no sabotaging other teams, blah, 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 simple stuff. And so after a short explanation, everyone was sent to their rooms and the event had begun. Now, there are a few things that I haven't mentioned, specifically the viewer mechanics. For example, all of the resource belts to each rooms were set to a default of Mark III. If the viewers donated $10, they could either upgrade the belts to Mark VI, or they could downgrade the belts to Mark I. Another example is that for a $5 donation, they could turn off the power to a specific room. If the contestants wanted their power back on, they would need to run through a maze, find the power switch, turn it back on, and lastly, which is the hardest part, get back out. To make things even more interesting, we added 4 total dummy switches into each one of the mazes to confuse the contestants. After the event began, everything was looking fan-fucking-tastic for approximately 9 seconds. Hey, Orange, no storage bins. What did you not understand? Furthermore, we put power poles into each one of the contestants' rooms so that we could monitor if their power got turned off or not. Unbeknownst to me, some of the contestants thought that the power on top of the fucking wall was a far better option than the ones we gave them on the ground floor. This led to some pretty awkward moments. Has been cut. Where are they? Yellow? Hey, did you guys see the message?
What message?
Oh.
What?
You guys don't have power.
Oh, fuck! I'm going now.
We have power.
What?
Yeah,
Did you guys hook up power? I mean, you should. Why do you guys have power? What the fuck? Where is this power coming from? Where'd you guys get this power from?
We just got the stuff off the wall. We were so
We just got
confused.
the power line up there, so we think, fuck it.
I'm not gonna lie, this shit was stressing me out, but not nearly as stressful as what happened next. Uh-oh, I think I'm lagged.
Yeah. Oh no!
The server fucking crashed. How embarrassing. All the viewers were left watching a blank screen, all the contestants were staring at an error message, and I was left helpless. All that I could do was wait for the server to turn back on. Those were the longest 3 minutes of my fucking life. That's what she said. But luckily for me, everyone was pretty patient and joined back in once the server was online. Everything was great. People were running through the maze when their power got turned off.
Fuck!
Your power switches in another castle. Oh, fuck's sake.
And then... Oh my god, did it fucking crash again?
It might have.
Listen, I am not being dramatic when I say that my head legitimately felt hot. But this is where I have got to give some serious fucking props to my community. So I'm sitting here freaking the fuck out, right? It had already crashed twice, which meant that it was bound to happen again. And I had no idea what to do. But then, one of the contestants made a suggestion. Benjamin will host it? Dude, yeah. Are you saying you could change the server host like right now?
Yeah.
Dude, yes. The day was saved! After 5 to 10 minutes, we booted it up and everything was smooth sailing from there on. Well, as far as server stability, that is. Now comes the actual problems that I happened to make for myself. You may be wondering, how was I actually planning on calculating the sync points from each room? My initial plan was to hook up the storage bins to a sink and then just calculate the before and after, but that came with 2 problems. One, I would have to disconnect every single sink on the map to get an accurate reading, and that wasn't gonna fucking happen. Number 2, one of the viewers kindly noted that if one belt were going in for 2 straight hours, then it would need 2 hours to empty. Shit. But once again, the community saved my ass. Put in the amount per item into the bright cells and the dark gray cells as a result. Oh my god. Thank fuck, man. Now all I had to do was see how many items were in the bins, plug it into a spreadsheet, and bingo bango bongo, we would get our answer. With that problem solved, all we had to do now is watch the boys build. What's the plan over here?
First, to start syncing everything. I think we're thinking about motors.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hello.
So what's the plan? What do you guys plan on doing here?
The final product is adaptive control units.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
No, we are thinking.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
What are the other guys doing?
Oh, pretty good, I'd say. Yeah. Hey guys.
Oh, is it Mr. Psych again?
It
oh,
is.
Hello, Mr. Psych.
Just wanted to let you know in case you didn't see the chat, but you guys got some power shards.
We got some power shards.
Hey guys.
If you come here to shame us,
I
You like
can't.
the open area?
I can't help but notice, but you deleted everything.
Yeah.
What happened? Did
I'm trying to rethink our plan and it's not working, and I'm unbelievably stressed out.
There's been a lot of that.
After visiting all the rooms and seeing what everyone was up to, it seemed like the teams either totally had it together or not at all. The time was almost up and the contestants were finishing their rooms. It seemed like there were clear winners, but I would have to tally up the items before I could draw any conclusions. Some of the rooms were pretty easy, and the others were fucking not. At the end, the orange team happened to make the most amount of points, despite not building anything for the first or last 30 minutes of the round. I wonder what happened there.
And you're just gonna be happy with your
ChatGPT locked
setup?
in for us.
But whose base looked the best? Who would get their spotlight in this video? I ran a poll and it was down to the red team and the purple team.
Instead of trying to make it look nice, we figured we'd go on theme and just make it spaghetti, specifically to be Italian cuisine.
Well, the chat heard spaghetti and they went fucking nuts. But eventually, I did have to call it. 2, 1, boom. Holy cannoli. Purple won. It had been decided. The orange team would get their spots in the next event, and the purple team would get the showcase. But what about the other teams? Did we just let them run around in shame? No, absolutely not. They needed to be brutally condemned. You all have the right to blow it up, and I'll blow it up whenever you get. Oh, fuck. Blow it up, blow them up, blow them up. Why did I die? With that order of business taken care of, here is the showcase for the Italian Stallions.
Quick world tour. Here's my nuclear power plant. Here's my pasta/cube factory. Here's where I make my aluminum. I think this is where I make my plastic, but that's not what you're here for.
Thank you, Purple Team. You have indeed honored the spaghettis. So now that the series is over, you might be asking, what's next? And to answer that, I guess you'll just have to wait and see.